This took place way back in the day. I can't even mention the year. It was the era in which the spinning wheel was a big hit. It would be number 1 at the Amazon bestseller list, that's for sure. A spinning wheel was a device for spinning thread or yarn into fibers. So once upon a time there was this greedy king who was always looking to make an extra buck, even the guy was crazy rich. So a royal baker at court told the king that his daughter could spin straw into gold. Why? Bootlicking much? Jeez. Anywho, the king grabbed that opportunity with both hands. The king calls for the girl, shoved her into a tower filled with straw and a spinning wheel and demands she spin the straw into gold in 24 hours. Demanding much? If not, he will chop off her head personally. I don't know if that's a compliment because normally those guys have someone to do the dirty work for them. Of course, it's an impossible task, so an imp showed up. The big bad wolf is on hiatus. And the imp told her he can do the job in return for a necklace her father gave her for her 18th birthday. The girl had no choice and agreed. The imp only shows up when he can seek a deal or a trade, like managers in showbiz. The next day the tower was filled with gold. Instead of being happy and grateful, the king brings her to a larger room, not even offering her coffee or breakfast. So rude! She'll get the same order, spin or die. This time the imp asked her for the ring she got from grandma who passed away a few years earlier. She hesitates but agreed. Life is worth more than gold. The next day the king started smiling and offered her breakfast and lunch. Finally, he gave her one more assignment to spin all the straw in the ballroom into gold and he would marry her. Ooh, bugaboo! Gross. Can say that was an offer she could refuse because she didn't come from generational wealth and stability, so she had to do it. There was a slight problem, she had nothing to give to the imp. He offered to spin the straw into gold in exchange for her firstborn. Talking about sabotage, man, because the imp knew she had nothing else to give and her life was on the line. She was horrified. This was the ultimate sacrifice. I have deliberately no kids, but I can imagine that must have been unbearable for her, because she never agreed to disagreement. This was basically a catch-22 situation. The king married the young girl, they got a baby, and the imp showed up to claim his payment/prize. The young lady offered him all the wealth she had to keep the child, but the imp had no mercy and no interest in her riches. Finally, after long negotiations, the imp told her that she can keep the child if she guesses his name within 3 days. After 2 days, her guesses failed. But before the final night, she wandered off into the woods. Here's the woods again. Let's make it a city or a town, otherwise these fairy tales become really boring with all them woods. So she wanders off into the city/town searching for the imp, and she stumbled upon a house with a small door and open windows, and through the windows she heard somebody sing and playing music. She walked around the small house, and to her surprise it had a small garden surrounded by bushes. She peeped through the greenery and bingo, there the imp was, singing, "Tonight is the night, the plans that I made. Tomorrow the baby I take. The queen will never win, 'cause Rumpelstiltskin is my name." She jumped out of the bushes and screamed, "Gotcha! The game is over, the jig is up. Tonight your head will be on a block." Rumpelstiltskin lost his temper completely and disappeared in thin air. It was that or getting his head chopped off. He chose to disappear and was never seen again. I hope you enjoyed this story with delight. If you listen to this story at night before bed, good night, don't let the spiders bite. If you listen during the day, a little fun story is always a sunny ray. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen.